What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword. 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 Sword.
All right, sick.
And we're coming in
to
hot.
the nut zone.
Welcome to episode 2 of
I'm
the Nut
nutting.
Zone.
This
This
is
is episode 2.
Episode number
Back
2.
in
This is episode 27.
Well,
No, it's
last
episode
week
9/11.
was episode 1. That was
Actually,
guaranteed.
that is correct.
With K Daddy. He
why
was
don't
our
we just
first
throw him
guest
off?
on the first episode. So this is episode 2, 100%.
If you you go ahead and reduce that to a fraction, though, it's episode 9/11 because
Yep.
we're celebrating the 20th anniversary.
It's not.
We're saluting the fallen, and yeah.
Do you guys think saying celebrating though is in bad taste though? Wouldn't it be
I
like
think it is.
Isn't it like in mourning?
Remembering?
Yeah.
Like in
In remembrance.
The celebrating might be a little bit janky.
That's
Celebrating,
a little,
that's
that's
a
a
bit
little
much,
distasteful
maybe.
to the ear
No.
if you think about it. Like if you kind of really think
our
about that
audience,
statement.
the people that would listen to us, I
We
don't think they're
actually
gonna care.
have an audience that is exclusively ISIS members.
No, we
Yeah.
don't.
Let's talk about how it's Elliot's birthday.
Yeah,
It's
And-
a
happy
birthday.
birthday.
cast.
It's a
Yeah.
birthday cast.
Is it?
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Elliot.
Oh shit, that's
birthday.
right.
Happy birthday.
all right.
Happy
So
birthday.
right
September,
before we
boys.
started this podcast, I got a phone call. And have you guys, Tin? You remember that movie we watched where it's like an unknown caller? And he starts killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a call from a restricted number, and I answered the phone, and he's like, "Happy birthday!" I was like, "Hey, yeah, I see it's a restricted number." I was like, "Who is this?" He's like, "Don't worry about it, just a friend. I see you got rid of the mustache." And I was like, "I did." And he's like, "Anyhow, man, happy birthday," and hangs up.
What?
I'm not even.
That's
memeing,
Walmart
dude.
bathroom
What?
status, dude.
Like,
Don't worry about it. Just a friend.
Yeah.
It's probably Joe Dirt or something, bro.
It was I was trying to pin his voice down, but I mean I can't remember it anymore.
Are you good with
That's fucking
impressions? I was
weird.
going to say you can recreate it and we'll play a little guessing game.
Oh, there's no way I'm
Is
gonna
it your arch
recreate it.
enemy, dude?
Did he sound like this? Hello, governor.
No.
No? Okay, that's all I got.
about this? You sound like this?
He had a goofier
dude.
all right, I guess the voice that I thought of first when I heard it and was trying to think of it was Benjamin's, but I don't think it was Benjamin's.
It
you
could
know?
have
That
been
would
doesn't sound like
I,
something that he would
yeah,
do.
I
How
could
would he
see him
have
do
the
that.
number?
Why Elliot?
Did he get it at LAN or something like
I
100 years ago?
highly-
Are you friends with him on Facebook?
You know, if we're in any Snapchat groups that are shared, I think he can look it up via my username, maybe.
Oh, he might have.
You used to,
Yeah.
well, back when we probably were all on Snapchat, we all had to add each other with phone numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, originally I think that was. Maybe it
think
still is. I
originally.
haven't
You can
added
do
anybody
both,
for
and now
12
there's
years.
like a QR code, so
You know, maybe we can bring Benjamin's on the
Should
next
I-
pod here, and we can ask him live.
Should I ask him if he made a phone call recently?
Wait, is he in the Salute the Fallen group?
he is, but he
Uh,
doesn't check it.
Yeah.
No.
Not that you know.
Okay.
D-Will is, I think.
I don't think it was D-Will, though. Okay.
I don't think
Well,
so
I
either.
don't know why he said that. Of course it's
That's
not
such a
him.
Why would it be
strange-
restricted though? That's
It-
the
like,
thing.
Yeah.
I know.
For a fact.
For a fact.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna
You
do
could
that
have
to my-
a
I mean,
restricted
what-
number.
Was it a local area code or what was
No,
it?
it
It's,
says restricted.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
That's
weird.
who called
Yeah.
me.
I've gotten
Oh, I
calls like
missed
that
that
before,
bit.
but it's usually just, spam.
Yeah.
Not someone who knows details about your
I-
appearance and is wishing you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten those spam calls where it's like a person asking for someone who isn't you, and then like one time they asked me if I was like Karen or something like that, a female name, and I was like, I'm gonna say one more sentence, and at the end of that sentence, I want you to tell me if I sound like Karen, and they just kind of hung up.
Dude, I've had what was the guy? A guy who's been calling me for like the last couple of months, and I finally like answered the phone. I usually just like let it go and like don't
Yo.
touch it, or I'm sleeping in the middle of the day, which is a great thing about sleeping when the sun's out. When you get spam calls, you don't really pick them up.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Hey, I think it was what the fuck was the name? Devontae in there?" And I'm like, "Well, you got half of it right, sir."
You're half right, sir. Go
That's
on.
awesome.
I'm like, Jesus. Well, dude, I had for years this wrong number calling me, and it was like, it must have been, what I understood was, it was like Mexican American family or something like that, and it was like their like my number was very close to their like elderly grandfathers. So because it was always like, Martin, make sure you get to the airport at this time, and it would like be random times like throughout the year. I'd get these messages, and then like a random call every like 6 months, and I was like, no, I'm not this person you keep asking for.
I feel like that the whole mistaken identity thing is still preferable to our current system where the entire phone system is basically unusable because 9 out of every 10 calls are spam shit.
Yeah.
It's honestly insane that we've let it get to this point as a country. Like, I think Andrew Yang was the only one who was like taking the issue seriously during the campaign. And he's like, actually, it's really bad that you will just receive random calls from spammers at all hours of the day. And I don't know why it's not a bigger deal that like basically you don't pick up the phone unless if you know who's calling. That didn't used to be the case. It used to be that people would call and you might not have their number and you'd pick it up. At least I don't. If I don't recognize the number, if I don't have it in my phone, I'm not going to pick it up.
Yeah, unless I'm expecting a call.
I pick it up because of the nature of the business that I do. Like I've got clients that they might have my number, like the project manager might give them my number in case they need to talk to me, and I don't know their number, so I need to just pick it up to see who it is.
But yeah,
but that's the only real instance is if you have a situation where you're going to be interfacing with someone that you might not have the number of first, or you might get like an email, but you don't have their cell phone number, or they have a work phone and a personal phone kind of thing. But most of the time you pick that phone up, it's someone trying to sell you car insurance or whatever the fuck. Like,
why is it always that though? That's like a really weird thing to stick to.
Student loans too. I get those. I've been getting one that I didn't realize was a pre-recorded thing at first, but they like call and leave a message, and it's just like this Midwestern gal who just sounds like a total sweetheart. She's just like, well, we're just letting you know that we've got the student loan forbearance program. And it's going to run out at the end of the year. I'm exaggerating a little bit.
So you might want to get on that there.
And then like you call it back, and then Darnesh on the other end picks up. Is like, "Hello, sir." It's like, what did you think you were going to accomplish by like selling the scam with the like Midwestern gal who?
I wanted Sarah.
Gets you to call.
What did you do to Linda?
It gets you to call back.
God damn it. Yeah, I think definitely the environment with spam calls, because like I remember when you would get phone calls and you just answer them. Now it's like,
yeah,
that big red button's looking kind of nice right now.
I know people that will pick it up with the sole intention of wasting as much time as possible, assuming it's not a robot and it's a person, wasting as much time as possible for the spammer. It's like, but you're wasting your own time. Like, you got shit to do. What are you doing on the phone for 10 minutes?
It's kind of a fun pastime. I think.
It
is when it's a quick couple
work,
quips.
I'm not doing anything, but I always forget about it. I hang up and I'm always like, God damn it. I could talk to that Indian guy for like 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
I've heard they try to get you to like install what's the program? The one that like TeamViewer, like stuff like that, basically.
TeamViewer,
yeah, my dad fell for it.
Oh,
really?
No.
Oh no.
What was the context, or what did they get? Did they fleece them?
I mean, so the weird part is like, and the worst part was like he had files called taxes just sitting like on the desktop, and I mean I came over luckily like when it was happening. I was like, what's going on, and then I was like, get off of that immediately. Like I shut it down. I was like, I just told him, I was like, you need to change anything doing like with your bank. Like I was just like, just because the dude was on there for like 15 minutes and that was like over a year ago and nothing happened. But I don't know, I just told him, I'm like, you need to immediately like basically change all of your passwords, because that was like the worst thing you could have done.
Yeah, dude, that's my mom not great.
Keeps making fucking passwords of like the dogs and like writing them down, and like so there was years where my mom would do our TurboTax, like all our taxes. That's like her one job. She would just do all of ours at the same time.
Yep.
And she would reset the password every time, because she would write down the password like on a random like envelope, like an open piece of mail. And it's like, Mom, I literally, and I had to show, like, my dad gets it because he spends a lot of time on a computer now because of work. But I showed him, like, hey, there's this neat thing on Google where it makes passwords for you and it saves them. So as long as you know the password to that Google account, you're fine.
Am I a boomer if I don't use one of those softwares?
I still don't, but I
I don't
should.
know.
I
I still
use
don't either.
multiple. I use Google's, like their password thing, LastPass, because I'm using the rest of my payment for it. But once I'm done with LastPass, I'm going to Bitwarden.
How crazy is it to switch over to one of those softwares? Like if you currently don't use
Not
it.
hard at all. It's
Yeah,
like
is it-
changing a browser.
Well, but
Because
do you have to change all your passwords though?
No. You can import them. Bitwarden lets you import from like whatever, like from Google, from LastPass, because you pretty much have control over all that stuff because you have the password to the account.
I might ask you to show me how to do that off the cast, but it's interesting.
Yeah. They're really helpful because, like, for me, like when I started using LastPass when like my last, like, finishing up my 2 year in college, and like when you have to sign into your D2L or like all that other stuff, or you're using school computers, it's really nice to just be able to open up LastPass, scan your fingerprint, and then just have your passwords right there. But the problem is like if you use their passwords, they're just jumbled random messes, so it's not.
You need LastPass basically to get back
you need
in.
it because you're not going to remember that fucking password.
Does
So on the,
LastPass two-factor?
Yeah. So
they're all pretty good about that, yeah.
I would say try Bitwarden first because they're free and they're cheaper. Once you can get more stuff free, and then their paid version is cheaper. But yeah.
So I came across a new fun scam front just today, actually, or it's a discussion group. Because without giving too many details, sometimes in my job I need to like look up our name of the company in social media to make sure people aren't, I don't know, doing
Like
shit,
blasting
us, or talking about fraudulent shit, which I came across today. Someone just on Facebook posting like, I have this, thing compromised with this company, which we don't know for sure whether they do or not. But I went down a rabbit hole because like they posted it to a bunch of different groups. It was like young hustlers, wire transfer only. My favorite is Out Boyz.
Right.
I mean, you can tell I work in the finance industry anyway, and so like I go through and I click these, and it's all people that are like from Nigeria, like almost exclusively. It's Nigerians, and they have all of this really weird slang how they talk about stuff. Like this one post says, "I'm in. Please, I really need a boss. I'm in Abuja."
What?
And I have no idea from what I've been able to piece together, boss means like someone who will like run the scams and like teach them how to get into accounts and that kind of shit. But then they also talk about like how they need, here, I'm trying to find another good one here. Please, boss, can someone help me? My client is disturbing me with call. Please, I need help urgently. So what I take that to mean is that someone is getting like agitated about the fact that they're being, targeted for a scam.
Yeah.
And they're like threatening to report them or something. That's from It's Emi Bohua. Like just these random accounts, and it's just like so bizarre. It's like I can't believe this stuff just operates on Facebook. But
Facebook is there's probably just a void in there from like accounts from 6-8 years ago, because like
it's all still there.
Yeah, it's all still there, unfortunately.
I mean, that's why they can pull up the posts you made like in middle school that are cringeworthy like 15 years ago or whatever the hell.
I click memories every day.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I don't use Facebook every day. I think I look when I get notifications. I look and then I check my fraternity communicates via Facebook, so I check for that kind of stuff. But otherwise, it's pretty much I look on there for memes. But that's about it.
That's literally the only reason I go on Facebook is memes.
Same.
I like Facebook just to like and Instagram just to like see how like people you haven't seen for a while are doing. I think it's
like, damn, they're all doing really well.
Well, no, I like that. I like seeing it's like, oh, these people are doing pretty good. Like that's better than doing
every now and then. Yeah, every now and then.
I've never had an issue with these people. Like,
I also, for the most part, don't care though.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
that. Well, yeah, it's not like
It's a very
oh,
low level of investment in like the amount of shits that you give, but it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that guy from my school, he's married, and
Oh yeah,
you
he's
know.
married, or this guy, like this girl had a kid, or like
Yeah, I agree with that.
something like that. It's because it's like we're at that age now that like people are having kids or getting married, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's cool to see, especially with some of the people you don't expect, like
I
people who
suppose
are like,
don't
oh,
name
now,
drop.
yeah, it's like what? Oh, this one guy's a teacher now, and it's like I used to smoke weed in his Buick all the time.
Oh, no, you should
I know who you're talking about.
I think I know
You
who
start
you're
with a
talking.
B?
I think I know who you're
Okay.
talking about too.
Well, I
think
don't
I know
know
exactly
who you're talking
who you're
about, so I
talking
think you
about.
should just go ahead and
Yeah,
we can leave that name out of there. And congratulations to that person.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is shaved head ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for him, though, you know?
Yeah.
Turned it around.
Yeah, but he's like a good guy
Get
though.
around.
He
Came a
did.
long way from like punching that chick.
Yeah, that was not a
Okay,
good
we're
choice.
getting a little closer
Now
to.
he's teaching the youth.
Okay, but you still haven't said the name, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I was gonna push it to there, and that's
a lot
it.
of people punch chicks. Yeah, it's fine. It's
Pretty common thing.
That's
it's not. Sorry.
okay,
That's that act is not fine, but the not. It's fine. Move on. Move
Yeah,
on.
it's fine.
Thank you.
Merch alert. Merch alert.
Now coming to the I Hate Women collection is the sister T-shirt I Punch Women.
We're
And
workshopping.
men and tiny.
Workshopping the name.
Yeah,
Workshopping the name. Still, please leave a comment below. Discouraging I beat women.
We should just make a T-shirt that says
Actually-
"T-shirt idea loading."
I mean, I feel like that's
That's like
Yeah.
a gold
I
T-shirt.
wanna-
That's
one of
kind of
okay. How about this though?
Clever.
We have the I Hate Women collection, but all of the funds that we raise go to like domestic violence
That would be
support
fucking
groups.
hilarious.
Yeah,
That would
I
be,
like
that would
that.
actually be a
That
really
would
good
be-
bit.
yeah.
I
Wow,
like that.
Wow,
They-
Alright,
there might be a
write
ton
that
of
shit
stuff.
down.
So I think it's
Zone-
gonna mostly look.
Someone
like we
write that
sell
down. Look at us
t-shirts.
Yeah,
making
write
a
that shit
difference.
down, Nick.
The nut
Look-
zone for good. That's the
Nut zone
what we're all
forever.
about.
We
The
are nut zone eternal.
Donated $500 to domestic violence.
I actually like that.
remedy. I do.
I
That's
like that a
fucking
lot. We
great.
should really do that. We just need to get like followers to donate money to our merch.
We'll just donate
For
our
us.
own
listener.
money so
That
we look
means
good.
you.
Listen, yeah, whoever you may be.
Hey, I
Calling on
donate
you,
to
listener.
United Way $1 per paycheck for to get kids through high school. I do that through work.
I'll bet you can relate.
Oh.
That's exactly why I do it. And I'm like, man, there's some fucking idiot that like me that's gonna be like, high school's stupid.
That's kind of like when you're at the like a fast food restaurant or whatever, and at the end of your order they go, "Do you want to donate $1 to one of those causes?" And I just imagine the getting kids through high school cause. A single tear comes down Charles's eye, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll take 2."
Yeah.
I'll take 2.
They told me I could put 50 cents in as like an amount to donate. I'm like, I'll do $1.
Yeah.
I'm already paying for union
You
dues.
did take 2. Nice.
I did.
What a guy.
Because I saw it, I was like, I'm not gonna donate to this, and I'm like, getting kids to make sure they finish high school. Fuck.
Ah, shit.
Gosh, shit.
That one hits home.
Damn
was
it, they
that
might
was
be where
legendary.
I'm at 27 if they.
It's crazy to think about now, but like we used to go to your house between leaving our high school and going to like the career development class, like either missing it completely or just showing up late. And it's like, oh, what do we do now? It's noon on a school day. Let's go to Charles's house. he's not at school.
He's waking up.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
see him
waking
rise
up,
off
yeah.
the couch.
Yeah.
He'll come out with Millie.
That was a crazy. Like, how crazy is it that you could just do that? Like,
Yeah.
you could just not have responsibilities and like just do that. Like all of us. I don't know.
Well,
It's
because
just,
like
being young, everything you do is so like forgiven. You know what I mean?
yeah, because
I
everyone
might
thinks
not be
we're
wording
supposed to
that
be at
correctly.
school,
Yeah.
but we then realized that we don't have to be at school.
Yeah.
And it really does hit different because, like, if you really wanted to, most of us, I feel like, could kind of just like drop out of society without too much repercussions. But it really does hit different when you're young. Like, it feels wrong at this.
It was
age to do
it
that.
was weird.
Yeah.
It was definitely a little weird. Like the first couple weeks of like I'm just not going to school anymore was weird. I remember I gave Nathan a ride on the last day of senior year because he woke up late.
Did you come back in, or did you just?
No, I dropped him off in his car.
Have a good day,
That would have been
son.
lit if you came in though.
Again,
Dude, I want to go to a high school reunion. Like,
Who the fuck is organizing that in our class though?
I
That's
should
remember,
I do it?
Hold up. I remember
That's the yeah.
Should have a barn
for
party,
the
dude.
last week
Isn't-
of high school, Dan thought it was the funniest shit to give me his Mercedes to drive in.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
And then I remember hearing
I was also driving
during
a
classes of
Mercedes.
people talking about, oh man, someone just got a new Mercedes E350 for graduating. Like, what a rich kid. and no one knew who it was who got it. And they're like, oh, who was it? I'm like,
I
"Oh,
would have
don't know,
started
dude."
that rumor, dude.
Like I heard he
that
stole
was-
it.
I heard you
I heard,
stole
I,
it.
I heard that was Ben with. Did you also hear that he has a 12-inch penis?
So
I heard it was.
huge.
I heard it was 13.
That's what we should
You
have
guys
done in
are
high
selling
school.
me
Is
a
just
little
spread
shy
rumors that we all had huge
Selling me a little
cocks.
shot.
You need girls to spread that rumor though. That's how you get it to stick.
Yeah,
True. There's some movie
all
where
the
a guy
guys are
does
telling the
that.
girls.
But yeah, you
No.
can
Some
just
guy
pay the women
pays a
to do
girl
it.
to
Yeah.
that rumor.
Yeah,
They do it
Is
in
that-
a movie.
Is that Easy
that
A?
sounds familiar.
But then eventually, you gotta cash that check.
yeah.
Assuming
Yeah,
you.
so-
Slap
it
the
gets
hog
found
out. It's do or die.
Let's see. How off can these lights get?
Does,
Why do you
how
keep
does
using your
13
hand?
inches
I'm
feel,
not.
babe? Feels like 5.
Does it feel
Damn,
like
you must be
cucumber? I mean
deep.
penis.
Well, all right, I got a great transition. Speaking of things that are short, man, these supply shortages. Okay, so it wasn't hitting for me until I went to Hy-Vee. Was gonna pick up some high chai, and they didn't have the General So's or the spicy orange. And
Wow.
they said they tried making it with other chicken, but it wasn't the same, so they didn't do it.
I
I'm like,
respect
damn.
that. I respect that.
I do respect that as well. Yeah.
If you can't do it properly, don't fucking do it. Supply shortages. We've been seeing that in my field since COVID. Or actually since Step Boat got stuck in the channel.
Yep.
It's
What are
'cause
you
all of
doing,
our stuff
Step
comes
Bro?
from overseas. Monitors, cameras, everything with a microchip, pretty much. We've been getting like back ordered parts and delays and all kinds of stuff, and it's pretty crazy to like have a week-long job that you're scheduled for, that you planned for, and then the night before you get an email saying that it's going to get pushed because the parts aren't here.
It's
I don't
like
know,
it's
tape at
getting
work.
worse though. Is
Yeah.
what's weird is that it's
Yeah.
like not. You would think that would be like something that would get front loaded at the start of COVID, and then you'd be dealing with it a little bit. But it was like we were all right for a couple of months, and then now it's worse than it was before.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics of it, of why it's still happening. I know that
I think it's less people working.
Yeah,
That's
that's
part of it.
Yeah, that could be it. I know for us, we had a few manufacturers that actually had to. I think it was due to like infections or whatever. They had to actually switch factories completely and pick up and
Right.
start somewhere else completely.
Jesus.
So it was wild. Like the upside to a global supply shortage, though, is that when you tell a customer like, "Hey, we don't have the parts in," like they understand because more often than not
They
they've
get
had
it
a
now.
similar issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Most people would take that response as like, "Oh, the ice cream machine at McDonald's is broken." It's like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
you're just fucking.
we just
telling
don't
me
wanna
that, you
clean it
son of a
again.
bitch.
Sorry, it's broken.
Yeah, exactly.
I read a story. I don't know if it was fake news or
I
not,
don't
but
think
that
it was
they were
satire.
that they were actually like some sort of regulatory body is actually investigating McDonald's over
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What?
I saw that.
Because they
It's
keep
probably like a night
claiming that their
manager
ice cream
thing.
machine is broken.
Because
Like something
I-
that's spread. They're like, just
Well,
tell
I
them it's broken. Then we don't have to
I
fuck with it
I
later.
think the reason that they could investigate it is because like the franchise owners, the people like they had to pay for it. It wasn't McDonald's covering those costs, but McDonald's forces them to use that machine specifically. So the franchise owners are like, "Yo, this is a lot of money. Something's
that
got
makes
to
sense.
change."
Yeah.
Because Lord knows the U.S. consumer is not going to be able to exert any pressure to get them to do anything.
Yeah.
I feel like we're kind of, I don't know, they got our balls in a vice grip. There's really nothing you can do. Like, people try to do boycotts and stuff, but Really, the only way you have influence is if you can like get them canceled for something. That's the only way that people have any power over corporations. It seems like.
Even then, I
But
mean, I don't
even
know.
then, if they get canceled, they just like cut off the top half and they just replace it with the same shit that's waiting right below the surface.
Or
Right.
cut off Aunt Jemima. You know,
What was that one? The
well,
Aunt Jemima?
Uncle Ben's. Those are rare
right,
old
right.
products. You gotta stockpile those.
Well, yeah, remember I bought Aunt Jemima up at the cabin, and it just doesn't have the lady on it. It's still called
Right.
Aunt Jemima.
That's why you get Miss Buttersworth.
I do like Miss Buttersworth.
Yeah.
If
Does
it's
it-
the
it be shit
imaging,
like a
Pancakes
thick
and bacon
bitch.
this morning.
Yeah.
replacing imaging, I don't fucking care about. You should be doing that anyway. Like, unless you're like Barges or Mug, right? Like you just keep the same fucking brand for years and years and years.
Did
and
you just
don't
call
even
it
advertise.
Barges?
I might
How
have
do you say it?
Barges.
Barks?
Are you talking about the root beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Barks. It's a
Barks?
Q.
The Q.
It's a Q.
My entire
It's been
life,
a Q for
I'm-
over
I-
100
I-
years.
I am an adult who thought that it was Barges. My entire
Barges.
This
life.
is why they need to keep teaching cursive in schools. Because I can't read that shit either.
can we
I
cut
get
that? Can we
handwritten
cut-
letters from my.
No, that's
Fucking-
No,
that's
it.
a part of the lore.
No, that's funny. But I think I saw a meme, and it was let's talk about these two kings who have been duking it out for 20 years without ever advertising, and it was Barks, excuse me, and Mug.
Okay, but
Two
Barks
root
is the obvious winner, though, right?
What about A&W?
Nah, it's Barks.
Yeah. So between the two of them, I think I'm a Barks guy, but the two of them, they could combine their best aspects together, and I would choose A&W.
Yeah, and I like A&W because they also have the option to get a cream soda, and their cream soda is pretty good.
Barks has cream soda.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that until I clicked their website
Shit.
5 seconds ago.
I think the true winner is usually the local guys who brew, who just like
The root beer,
or like the local
Oh,
companies and stuff generally. But
like Killabrew.
And
that
Killer
real
Brew, I've heard it's dog shit.
It's that real natural, like
Yeah, too natural.
natural, like very rooty tasting.
Steve, I'd just like to point that Barks has been that way for 120 years.
Barks has been
With a
called Barks
Q for 120 years.
Let me look up. Hold on, boys.
Click the link.
is Steve getting Mandela affected?
Can we
I think he's
throw?
getting
Can we
Mandela.
throw an image up of the Barks label here?
It does
On
look
the
like a G.
actual
I'll give you
cast,
that. It does
it
look like a
literally
G.
is. So I'm losing my fucking mind. It's
always
Barges.
been a-
It's always been Barges.
It's never been Barges.
It's,
I
No one
say
has ever
Barges,
said
that's
that.
how I know
comment
you're
below.
wrong,
It's
Steve.
Barge. All the things I love are changing.
Who have you ever heard say that?
Me.
though?
Never.
Me.
No.
Well, Elliot. Elliot's on my
Elliot,
team. It's
come on
Barges.
now.
Which is why you're wrong.
Elliot
Steve.
is well known for saying words correctly. I'm losing my mind, dude. It's Barks.
It's Barks.
Barks.
And
Always
Steve,
been
Dude,
Barks.
don't
and
listen
Steve,
to
if
him.
you
my
want
God.
someone on your side to say a word correctly, you picked the wrong dude.
I'll take anybody on my side on this hill that I'm going to die on.
It does look like a G, though. I'll
It looks
give
like
you
a
that.
G. Oh Lord!
The G is
It is all in cursive, isn't it?
Yep.
Steve,
Oh
how
my
many times have you
God.
ordered Barges root beer?
Have you
in your
said that
life?
before?
I've 100% said, "Can I get a Barges root
Yeah,
beer
I love
in
that.
public
Oh, to
before?"
be fair, a
And
waitress
wait,
probably has heard
Is it
that
more
before,
astonishing
though.
that I've never once been corrected or laughed at, or even maybe they
That's
go back?
pretty
Maybe they go
astonishing.
back to the kitchen and go, "Hey, this fucking idiot just said Barges root beer." Barges, but they've
we got
never
another
said it to
Barges
me.
boy out
Yeah,
there.
it's
I've
because
never
we're in the
heard anyone
Midwest,
say
so people
Bark,
don't really
though.
correct you to your
When was
face.
the last time you seen somebody with a can of that in their hand, Elliot?
With a can of
Never.
Barges?
I don't know.
I thought you
Yeah,
were going to
exactly.
say every day.
I
You
haven't
started
had a
saying
can of
every
Bark.
day.
I was like, but
I haven't had a
that'd
can
be
of
lie.
Bark since like I was like 12 at my grandparents' cabin.
Barks is good,
like,
bro.
Eating Twizzlers, fishing for
That's their
sunnies.
slogan. It's good.
That's the vibe Barks root beer gives me.
Okay, hold on, Steve. Do you know what their actual slogan is?
What?
Barks has bite. You never heard that before? You
that's-
thought it was
that's-
Barges
even more
has
damning.
bite?
Yeah.
Barges has
bite.
I've never
Barges
heard
has
that
bite?
slogan. I've always thought it was.
It's Barks has bite.
It's good, Barges.
It's good. It's Barges.
That's pretty good,
Barges.
dude. I like
So
it.
look at this. Down here is an image, and it says 3 Barges root beer.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that.
Cream soda barges.
Root beer for me is
Okay,
like
I'm starting all of my followers out there. Mount up. We're gonna
Mount up.
We're gonna petition to change the name from Barqs to Barges.
I'm with you.
root
Make
beer
your
for
own
me
root
is
beer.
like not really something that I want to drink on a regular basis, though. It's like a special. It's like when
Yeah,
we
I
were
agree.
in California at the MLG gaming convention,
Yeah, buddy.
and the official sponsor was Dr. Pepper, and that was the only drink that you could
Dr.
get.
Pepper's great.
Dr. Pepper is
But when it's
fantastic.
like just the only drink, well, maybe not the only drink you can
It
get, but
was.
they were.
No, it was.
It was, and they were. I mean, they were also giving it out for free, to their credit.
Yeah.
But it was just like sitting in a big old ice bin. It was just like, all right, you guys want to drink? Yep. What are we having?
Yeah.
Well, we're having Dr. Pepper.
Well, but at least you could choose from like regular Dr. Pepper. I'm pretty sure that they had the cherry too, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they
Did
had
they have
both.
diet?
They got super
I think they
mad
had
though if you
diet.
took your whiteboard and wrote "I love Mountain Dew" on it and then got in front
Oh,
of the
yeah.
camera. They literally had a guy like push me to the side to get out of the camera. They were
protect the
they were
product.
cool with like any signage, but then when I advertised Mountain Dew, they got me the fuck out of there like
I
immediately.
don't know.
Which
Dr. Pepper is still
Segue.
Pepsi, isn't it?
quick segue.
No, it's its own brand.
The
Is it
authority
really?
will pay attention when you're threatening their agenda. They were cool with signs about funny hats and slogans, but when I advertise a different soda pop, they got me out of the way. Pay attention, guys. Wake up.
To
Wake
find
up.
out who rules over
Big
you,
soda.
see who you
Big
can't
soda.
criticize.
Big soda conspiracy. Let's go.
So, fun fact that since we weren't sure, and I just said that it's Dr. Pepper / 7-Up Inc.
Oh,
So those two are kind of on their own thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, 'cause
I like
around
7-Up.
here, College City
Fun.
deals with that stuff.
Okay,
That's
let's
right.
talk about that then. 7-Up is the worst of the
It's
lemon limes.
definitely it's
Fresca.
definitely a B tier. Yeah.
Oh.
It's,
Fresca. Did
if
you say
we're gonna
Fresca
put
was
them
the
in
worst?
tiers,
I
I'm
like.
not a big Fresca
We're
guy,
talking
but we
about
always
we're talking
had
about
it.
lemon limes. Is that
yeah.
is
So
that what
you
Fresca
got,
is?
Fresca is
you
a
got your
grapefruit.
Sprites.
Oh,
Fresca
is
is
it?
grapefruit.
Fresca.
Fresca's not lemon lime, is it?
Yeah, Fresca
Oh, I
is
thought it
grapefruit.
was. My bad.
But
It's,
Fresca
it's,
is
an,
delicious.
it's a question of whether you want to expand it to citruses or just keep it lemon
Oh
lime.
yeah, that's fair. It's
Yeah.
probably a
Well,
citrus
you can
thing,
start
I
with
guess.
lemon lime because what you got Squirt, you got Sprite, you got
Right.
7-Up. What else do we got?
Mellow
Sierra
Yellow,
Mist. Sierra
Mountain
Mist.
Dew.
Mellow Yellow.
Sierra Mist.
Yeah.
There's
Sierra
also the
Mist.
off-brand
Mist.
stuff like that you can find, like
Mountain
Thunder.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Like
yeah,
Dr.
like
Thunder?
Cub has like Mountain Mist and stuff like that. Like
I feel
But I
like
feel
those,
like,
those
big
don't
brands
count.
should not be
Those
Okay,
don't
included.
count.
can we
Yeah.
agree that Sprite is A tier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Compared
think
to like 7-Up.
I think
feel
it's
like
too sweet.
Sprite and 7-Up are like the.
I
the two
think
we
it's,
should be comparing.
Sprite's
Sprite
the
is
winner.
probably the platonic ideal of a lemon lime soda, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I agree
let
with
me
that.
defend my
Agreed.
position. I think Sprite is too sweet. If I'm drinking a citrus beverage, it should be light. It should be fun and quirky.
So you like
And-
Squirt?
No,
Squirt,
no,
I would say
that's
Squirt's
too
heavier.
that's
Is that
heavy,
too
yeah.
fun? Is
I
that
want
too fun?
no. I want something that's light. So 7-Up is a citrusy and it's a light beverage
Caffeine
color.
free.
It's I get the caffeine free and the sugar free.
Well, they're all caffeine free. 7-Up.
Yeah. But, yeah. Whatever the zero is, or I get 7-Up zero,
Yeah.
or
Well,
whatever
that's a
whatever the
different-
sugar
that's a
free
different
is.
category then, because
And it's
Yeah.
just light. And
Yeah,
it's just
that
like
is
a
different.
citrusy little. Why is it a
No,
different
it's not the
category?
same flavor.
It's pretty
Fake
close.
sugar tastes different.
Lemon
Yeah,
lime
no, it's-
flavor
we got to
doesn't change,
evaluate each category.
It
on
is a
its-
different flavor because sugar is just. It's just sweet.
right.
too
But
much.
if we're comparing, you got to compare 7-Up to Sprite or Sprite Zero to 7-Up Zero, whatever they call theirs.
I think I would
That's
still
fair. I
choose
mean, it's
regular
just what-
7-Up over regular Sprite.
Yeah.
Just because it would naturally be a lighter beverage for me. And Sprite, I think, is just too. It's too. What's the word I'm looking for? Like syrupy almost.
It is. Actually, yeah, I agree with that.
Sprite,
it is very
I like
syrupy, but I like that.
in a bottle, but like 7-Up for me is always like a mixer.
Yeah,
kind
it's,
of
that's what I
line.
was gonna say.
Yeah,
that's like your whiskey
7-Up is a better
sour.
mixer. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
how about from the tap, as they say,
Hmm.
Oh,
because it tastes different.
it does because it's a
But
syrup.
it's real good when you can get it with like a chicken sandwich or something. That's what I always like. Is like
With
get
Sprite?
a Sprite. Yeah.
See, when
think
I
Dr.
get sodas,
Pepper's-
when I go out to eat, I try to get ginger ale whenever I can. I
Ugh.
think ginger ale is like
It's
top
meant
tier.
to soothe the
When-
stomach.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get that with a mule or whatever.
That's
but
weird
I'm not
because you
gonna
didn't say Dr.
try that
Pepper.
ginger beer.
When I was having sugar, I was having at like McDonald's or whatever, a Sprite.
Oh, yeah, you're
maybe,
like 2 weeks
maybe,
into keto now again,
I
aren't
am,
you?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll do a Sprite maybe 3/4 full, and then I finish it. I complete that drink with a little bit of lemonade on the top.
Huh.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I
know.
would always do. I would make when I would get like 7-Up or Sprite in like cans. I would always like do a little virgin mimosa, pretty much, and just mix it with orange juice.
Sounds
That's
good.
always good. I like mixing drinks. I've realized over the years. I like
This will-
having.
yeah.
I like
Fuck
because
the
my family buys
bartender.
so many fucking like sparkling waters and like shit like that, seltzers. So and I'm like, I want a soda, but I don't want like a sugary soda. So I'll just like grab a lemon lime, like LaCroix, and mix it with some orange juice or like something like that. Or like make a bottle, like you know those like lemonade packets you can make in water bottles. Do like a 50-50, just make a water bottle and grab one of those things and just pour it half and half. And it's like a pretty light soda.
That's how I survived college. Was like that kind of. You get the
Yeah.
powdered drink stuff, and then just a bottle of water. Just that's what you drink all day.
Not just 0 monsters, 5 of them throughout the day.
Oh god.
I don't do Monster anymore. I do the zero sugar Rockstar. I prefer that flavor.
Rockstars are good.
I haven't gone back to Rockstar in forever.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've had a Rockstar.
They sell
Monster
them
is
for pretty cheap.
too sweet for me too now.
There's basically like a quiet arms race going on in the energy drinks. I've noticed
Yeah.
anyway.
Mhm.
Where like
Bang,
the
Rain.
caffeine, yeah, I think Bang really set it off because they used to make a red line. It didn't really take off, but then Bang, for whatever reason, hit the formula. And so then now we've got just a whole generation of, 30-year-old boomer caffeine addicts, which,
Yeah.
I include myself in that, realistically.
Same.
Mine's better since I quit drinking. Like, I used to be like, oh, I can have 2 monsters a day because I worked at a gas station. And it's monsters in a cooler just right there all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm always tired, so I must need these.
This will make me feel better inside.
I need this today. I need this and cigarettes. But now that I've been using pretty much, I'll have, because I really like carbonated drinks, so I'll have like a zero Monster or a zero Rockstar every once in a while. But then I've been using the Gamer Subs stuff. Who bought a bunch of the Ma stuff? Was it you, Nick?
Yeah, I got a bunch of it.
I like the day you bought that, I saw like one of the fitness YouTubers and like the guy who like looks at Nootropics a lot, he like tore apart that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was
like,
his issue with it?
It's the thing is, it's a lot of the dosages that they do. Like they put this stuff in there that's like, yeah, this is helpful, but they're not putting efficacious dosages in it. And it just doesn't really do anything for you at that. And they're mostly just filled with vitamin B12 complexes.
I'll
But-
say this though, I've had both Ma and Gamer Subs, and Ma does a better job of like giving me that jolt than
Well,
Gamer
it's got
Subs
more.
does.
It's got more of that in it. Like
I haven't tried either. Is it in store? Like
No,
brick and
it's-
mortar,
No,
or
you
is
have
it
to buy
online?
pretty much all
Online,
those
no.
kind of things online.
They gave me 3 free trials
try
accidentally.
Gorilla Mind. Or,
Oh God, no!
the hell is that?
That's
Gorilla.
Mike Cernovich's one. Were you listening to Mike Cernovich?
no, not
Okay.
no. It's Derek from moreplatesmoredates.com.
I can't take that dude seriously. Mike Cernovich, that is. He's a clown of a man.
Yeah, but well, the guy who manages most of the Gorilla Mind stuff is the guy I follow. Like that, like actually like puts the dosages together and like makes the compounds, does all the research. They're pretty good just because it's got more of the stuff you need. Gamer Subs is pretty good. I think it's got a good amount of like L-theanine in it and like caffeine because it gets me like in kill mode at work, so it must work. And I only do 2 scoops, so 200 milligrams of caffeine, and that shit gets me like, all right, let's deadlift 150-pound boxes. Let's go. Like,
Let's go.
most of the other stuff that you gotta watch out if like it has like beta alanine in it because that'll make your butthole itch and like certain sugars because I like Gamer Subs because it uses a sweetener that's like a non-insulin spiking sweetener.
Is it
Very-
stevia?
No, it's some.
I'm
I forget what it
stevia.
is. It's that that keto friendly shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the guacamole Gamer Fart 9000 flavor.
Careful with
Is that
that
what
word.
it's called?
Yeah.
That's a terrible name.
It's a really good flavor. It's literally the Russian Badger. It's his like this YouTube channel, and he's just like they've been sponsoring him for like the last year and a half. And he's like, if I ever get a flavor, if they ever let me make a flavor, it's gonna be just like the shit post of flavors. It's just like there's the front picture is like a the design on the bottle is like a T-Rex with its eyes glowing and like a crying dude eating an avocado. Like I think it's hilarious, but the flavor's really good. It's a kiwi
If you
strawberry.
ingest anything, I see the way the word fart, regardless of what it is, I get it's a meme. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I wanted to support.
They do that with
guy,
the
though.
vape juice. Like, there's one called Unicorn
Unicorn
Poop.
Poop.
Why would I
Yeah.
want
I
to
hate that
inhale a
flavor 'cause
fart?
That's what I'm saying.
There's a guy who vapes that at break at my job, and I hate it because it's like one of my least favorite flavors I ever sold or ever tried. So sweet. You used to buy that shit, didn't you, Steve?
I think when I was experimenting with that brand because they had other ones that I liked.
They
like
had the Rice Krispie one.
There was Rice Krispie. There was like a Fruit Loops one.
Yep.
One of them was called like Baby Drool or something like that.
That I remember.
I've
that flavor
since
was
moved
actually
on
good.
to one called like Phenomenon, and it's just simple and seems.
The one that Travis is vaping in the story of Trav is a barbecue dill pickle cotton candy cumulonimbus surprise.
I'd buy that.
I
would love to say that.
Is that just a cherry flavor?
I don't know, probably.
Dude,
I think
cherry,
it'd be hilarious to have that crazy of a name, and it's just like vanilla.
the fact that you said cherry though, cherry is one of the least found flavors in e-cig liquids. It's
You know
like
what
the hardest one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one. Now that you mention it,
I've had Space Jam or Space Juice, where the fuck that shit was. They had it was a cherry limeade. That's the only time I've ever seen a cherry flavor.
I
Limeade
mean,
is a
cherry
good
just reminds you of
combination.
cough syrup, right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's easier to do
Oh.
like grape with that because you can sweeten upgrade a lot, but cherry is just like a hard flavor to get into juice because like hot cherry, like it's kind of hard to unless it's like a cherry pie, but I've never seen that flavor in my life, and I've seen hundreds.
I'm the same way about orange. Like I recently was down in Cato for work, and I forgot to re-up on juice before going down there, so I went to some random store, and it was a fine store, but they didn't have my usual stuff. So I got this. It's like the Pachamama brand, and it was the blood orange banana, and it just like burns. It just burns.
God.
That's it. Like that's all it does. But it was
there's
like
only a few flavors.
I
from
need
that company
this.
that are good. I've been on the same juice. I've been doing Cali grown mango peach pineapple for like 2.5 years.
Dang.
12 milligram nicotine salts, a 60/40 VGPG. Let's stop talking about vapes because this can keep going.
All right, I'll bring it back to the Nootropics real quick, just because I found the tweet I was looking for. I'll just go ahead and read it out loud from Mike Cernovich here. Gorilla Mind, my experimental nootropic stack, is regrowing neurons in my mind. I can feel them growing as I drift off to sleep.
Oh,
amazing. Gave samples to some friends and 2 had panic attacks. Can't sell or even give out the current formulation. Lawsuit risk. Most can't handle having a supercharged mind.
That's awesome.
So,
Wow.
that's just the association I have with Gorilla Mind.
That's not the
love it.
association I have with it. And to be fair, if that was my first, I wouldn't suggest the product either. But I like the other guy. That's shit to do with it.
That's fair. I mean, they probably actually worked on it. Have someone competent behind it, not Mike Cernovich.
Speaking
like
of
I said, this guy's a clown.
nootropics,
But
have you guys seen FPS Russia? Kyle, have you guys?
I thought he
heard?
got
I've seen that
banned.
guy.
He got taken away.
No, he got out, but now he's like a fitness aesthetic boy. Like he dropped down to like 4% body fat or something, and got on a TRT regimen, and he's massive. He's but he's not on like a crazy testosterone treatment program. Like he's on a very pretty much just like upping his natural levels a little bit, not like just blasting a shit ton of tea. But he they did an interview because he's like on a pretty big podcast now with some other people. But he was like down to the like he was pinning what is it? What's the shit I use? L-citrulline.
Yeah.
Like pinning it, like taking. It's like what the fuck.
When you say pinning it, what do you mean?
Like taking a needle. Like syringe.
Does that even? I guess it probably works if he's doing it.
It must work. I mean, it's the same way you would take your TRT or insulin.
Well, so, I guess here'd be my question. Like, you need to take a decent amount of citrulline
to get a pump. Yeah, you have to take like 3 grams.
Yeah, so
that's
like,
what I don't know. I don't know if like he was using like because you take okay, we're getting into it, but why you take the 3 grams is because it's got a bunch of malate in it. So it's usually like a 1 to 4, 2 to 1, something like that. Because it's all that malic acid that's mixed in there too. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I got has like a malic acid mix. It's like a 2 to 1 malic acid to
you get L-citrulline malate.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I guess if he's doing just straight L-citrulline and he's pinning it.
Oh, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Anyways, but the guy's shredded now. If you guys haven't seen fucking FPS Russia now, he's a house. And he's not even on like a crazy thing, but him and the Derek from More Plates, More Dates, that guy, they made a thing called the load stack, and it's like a thing to make it come a lot.
I was gonna make a joke about how it was something about coming, and then that's what it is.
No, it's like a thing and they're like, this shit actually works.
Click the ad on the porn sites. It's like,
no, they
want
make
to
it
come like a milk glass full of milk's worth.
Insider secrets.
Engineered it.
Well, they were like, hey, we're not bullshitting you, because there's stuff out there that like people will say it works, or like anything like the ashwagandha shit that like helps you with ED and stuff like that. People say like, oh yeah, that stuff
helps for 72 hours straight.
Yourself into straight I mean, if you boost like whatever nutrients are needed to like produce semen, yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah, but the thing is, what their thing is like, it's this huge bottle and you take 9 pills a day to get it to work.
Jesus
like they're saying they're like, we wouldn't make this, and like because most are like, oh, you take 2 pills and it works, and it's like it actually doesn't work. They're like, no, this actually works because you have to take like 9 fucking pills.
All right, so here's my hot take on that. I think that's for gay men. I don't.
I think it's for guys who fuck and who are just like
I am drenched.
Like that's either a porn thing that people don't realize is like not actually what chicks want in real life, or they're gay.
There are some that want that.
There's some
though.
bitches who like to be nutted on.
Yes.
And that's no cap.
No cap.
I mean, maybe you
wouldn't want to know. You wouldn't want to be like, what if we like added a few mils to this?
Maybe it's not dirty. Maybe they're just trying for a kid and they want to get as many chances as possible.
So
It's for some degen shit, Steve. Let's be real here.
You just river into the womb.
It's not even penetration.
I think
that can happen.
Probably a good topic.
Immaculate conception.
And the nut zone, really. I mean, then we bring it full circle.
Bringing the nut in.
No, I want to just close this up real quick because I feel like we jumped past it. So you guys all choose Barq's over Muck?
I choose neither. TBA.
I choose hamburgers and wood beer.
I take Barq's over Muck.
You know what root beer sucks ass? The one with like the baseball shit on it.
Killebrew?
Yeah, I think it sucks. It's like undercarbonated.
Yeah, that's that like
I've never even
heard
of it,
stuff.
So I don't know.
We brought that up, Ben. You gotta be listening.
All right.
Christ almighty.
That's all the time we got. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Okay.